All right,
dear little intro.
Gotta bring up my old document here.
Yeah.
Click on that thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes Google Docs can be a little winkly.
What are we playing?
Winkly winkly.
Oopsies.
That is very pube looking.
That's a pubic hair.
I'll tell you one thing. My pubes ain't that long.
Mine ain't that long. I can show you a little bit. See that?
Yeah.
Not that long.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe that's where it came from.
You trimmed it standing on the desk. You're like this. Too long.
Welcome everyone to a sponsored bowl of dude soup. Comes in a gilded gold bowl. And if you finish it and survive the whole ordeal, you walk away with about $25.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
But dude soup itself is very toxic, so please don't put it in or around your mouth. This episode of Dude Soup is brought to you by Dirty Bomb, which could have been indicated to you from the sponsored tweets and the fact that we're playing it right now, even though it's actually
Dirty Bomb.
Dirty Bomb. It's a free-to-play classic PC shooter. PC shooter. Dirty Bomb's larger-than-life mercenaries redefine asymmetrical team play and return skilled PC players to the most challenging experience in FPS gaming. Watch the live stream of Achievement Hunter guys battle it out against the Funhaus team this Friday on our Twitch channel.
Go Achievement Hunter!
The game's available now for PC on Steam.
Mm-hmm. We made sure they didn't cheat this time.
So that's the copy. I'm not exactly sure which Twitch channel it's going to be played on, but you guys will know. We'll make sure you know.
Yep.
Because, you know, we're getting
it wasn't in the copy, but it should be noted that Dirty Bomb does have wall jumping.
It does, and you have to scream Dirty Bomb.
You can
every
triple
time you
wall. You can triple
Adam, show it
wall
out. There you
triangle
go.
drawable jump.
Dirty Bomb! Dirty.
And every time you do it, you have to go Dirty Bomb.
Yeah, you do. Do it, Adam.
We've been having too much fun.
Dirty
Yeah,
Bomb!
we did have a good time playing Dirty Bomb. People are never prepared for the wall jump, by the way.
They aren't.
Yeah, check
If
this
you get
one
in
out.
any situation,
Dirty Bomb!
oh, you got shot in the back. You got shot in the back. He's prepared.
Can't even touch you.
Wait. What,
He was trying to melee you the whole
Whose account
time.
am I playing on?
Lawrence's.
Oh, you don't have a medic?
Maybe not my lineup.
I only play as medics.
I spec'd out for our Achievement Hunter match.
Oh, and I was
Dirty
playing
Bomb.
medic.
You were the medic.
Yeah.
Dirty Bomb's kind of like Team Fortress, except it has cards. So, like, imagine Team Fortress where you could have a version of the Scout that's
Teabagging
completely
him before
different.
you.
He's completely different than any other version of the Scout, like cosmetically and with like certain attributes and stuff. Like they'll have generally not always the same weapons, but they'll have like, all right, what's the medic? So she can always do medical stuff, and then there's the sniper who can always snipe, but it'll be different sniper rifles and then
So I'm going to
sometimes
call
they
this
all-
out right away, because if I were a listener, I'd be thinking, Jesus Christ, they're spending a long time talking about this paid mention. The only paid part was us playing it and what I read before. This is just James actually talking like a human being, so please
Yeah.
don't assume
I
that
was
he's
gonna say,
I
selling out
enjoyed
as hard
it.
as he can.
Had a good
Yeah,
time.
we are fortunate that, actually, I kind of want to talk about that because I did a sponsored
Sure.
thing for
Go for it.
during E3.
It's a good time to talk about transparency.
Well, yeah, it was the first time I did it. I was saying, I've had this thought a few times, like, we're very fortunate in this industry that we get to actually get sponsors that we like NatureBox is one I always really like. And,
Yeah, man. I'm still personally subscribed to NatureBox, even though they don't really...
Squarespace, I've actually gone out and ordered my own MeUndies. Like, I don't know, we've had good sponsors before, so I'm always like really happy about that. But also, I do like transparency, so I don't know, it's tough. We haven't been in a situation yet where we've been like, I don't know, like someone's like, buy mosquitoes full of like poison. And you're like, I'm not really a fan of that, but I gotta read this ad.
Hard sell. Malaria. Deliver to your enemies.
And I guess for another part of transparency, this is, I guess a lot of people, so like the whole idea of getting into podcast stuff was new to us.
Yeah.
One thing I liked, so one of the companies we worked with, Midroll, they actually sent us a webpage and like, pick the stuff you like.
Yeah.
And we went through there, and I remember Bruce being like, hey, have you heard of this website? I'm like, never heard of it. He's like, we're not gonna do it then. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, but there's even other stuff where like there was a company like Birchbox, and then my wife uses it, and I'm like, I guess I'm okay. My wife raves about it, so I'm like, I guess I'm okay with that, but I've never used it. It's like a makeup kit thing.
Okay.
So I was like, well, can't really talk about that. So, and we said no, like it's fine. So I like the fact that we get to be choosy.
Damn right.
So anyway, goddamn, we're getting there. Okay, anyway, so podcast. Sorry about that.
Yes. Ye folks on the internet, rest assured, advertisers are aware that the only advertising that works is stuff that's genuine.
Yeah.
And they never try to convince us to do anything that we don't want to do. So, let that out there.
What's on the docket for today?
On the note, people are mad about Destiny because Destiny makes them do things they don't want to do, or it makes them buy things they don't want to buy.
Why?
Are people
Don't take
mad
my
at-
money out of my wallet from me
people-
and steal me
Are they
my
mad at
money.
Destiny or just Luke Smith?
So that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Sorry. Yeah, explain the story.
I'll summarize the story, and then we can get into the complication of this whole thing. So the story itself is that basically there are an unnamed number of emotes and shaders that are going to be included in a collector's edition of Destiny that will also include the base game and 3 expansions, Dark Below, whatever the other one is, Crota something something.
Right, but
and Taken King.
What if I just want the emotes?
You can't get them without buying the collector's edition.
Well, screw you.
Well, the pricing gets really weird. So if you bought Destiny, $60, 2 expansions, 40. Taken King is I think another 40. So you're looking at that's really tough math. $140 if you buy them all as soon as it comes out. Destiny Collector's Edition now is the base game and 3 expansions for $60, plus some tchotchke you can't get anywhere else. So you know that's nothing new, right? We're used to that. Games go down in price, they get re-released, Game of the Year, whatever's.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you've had a whole year to enjoy Destiny, and that's worth the differential in price. Yeah.
F you, Gigi.
Nice, Mega Man. He's given the fighting robot a bad name. So the pricing is one issue. People are like,
yeah.
I feel kind of ripped off, especially considering some of the DLC, especially the first DLC, aside from the fact that Vault of Glass is an awesome raid unto itself, did some very questionable things with gear and like leveling and invalidated a lot of gear that people were really attached to. It's getting better. God, what is the name of the second DLC? House of Wolves?
Yeah.
Wolf House?
Wolf House.
Dark Below.
Party House.
No. The Dark Wolf.
So, yeah, Wolves did a bit better. It's getting better.
Yeah.
But, so the subtext is basically a bunch of Destiny players feel like Bungie doesn't really understand them or what they want. They feel exploited, which is a weird word.
But then it kind of came to a head with the Luke Smith interview with Eurogamer, right?
So I'm taking most of this from a very excellent summarization that Kirk Hamilton wrote for Kotaku, where he was basically saying, he was basically saying, look, the Destiny community has had a very contentious relationship with Bungie. In most communications, Bungie doesn't seriously acknowledge the complaints that it's like professional players have. It's like most dedicated players.
Do you have the transcript?
From the Luke Smith interview?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
I'll say let the interview speak for itself, and
okay.
then we can go judge from there.
Sure.
Because we love to judge.
So that in itself is troublesome because Luke Smith is kind of a really candid, kind of dry, witty guy.
Yeah.
We did an interview with him. I thought he was really funny and really knowledgeable about Destiny.
I've known that about him for years because he was like that at 1UP,
Yeah.
and then he joined Bungie and was working on Halo. He's always like he's sarcastic. He's the kind of guy where like I think if you get to know him in person, like say like us, like you might not like that person on camera. You get to know him like, oh, that's just my sarcastic, like dumb friend being funny. We all have one of those. And we met him at E3, and
we met Jamz for the first time.
What's that?
Don't worry about it. Jokes were happening.
Oh, behind my back. I saw you moving. I don't know. I don't care. Regardless, what are you doing?
Shadow move over your eye and
happening?
distract you.
Just talk.
I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, I talked to him and I was kind of worried. I was like, was I being an asshole to him? And then like,
Nah.
we kind of broed out on the couch. He's a super nice guy. Like,
Yeah, he
super
is.
cool. Like, I'd hang out with him.
How
have a
did his
beer,
taint
just-
smell?
So good.
Like strawberries.
Good.
I would say also like us, he cracks jokes at the expense of the internet as a group, and also will maybe be dismissive of people that get really mad about video games like we can be, which gets you in some hot water when you're dealing with people that are super mad about video games. And Destiny people love to hate Destiny sometimes. So, okay, so here's the interview. So the interviewer, Tom Phillips at Eurogamer, was talking to Luke Smith and basically asking specifically about the individual content. So Luke Smith responded to all these questions saying, you're feeling anxious because you want this exclusive content, but you don't yet know how much you want it. The notion of spending money is making you anxious. I can see it. Eurogamer responds, I do want them. I would buy them. Smith, if I fired up a video game right now and showed you the emotes, you would throw money at the screen. Eurogamer responds, what I'm saying is that fan frustration is not because they don't understand the proposition. It comes regardless of how cool the exclusive content is. The frustration, and mine as a fan, is that the method of acquiring it requires me to rebuy content that I bought a year ago. Smith responds after a long pause that's in the interview. It's about value, the player's assessment of the value of the content. So Smith basically is kind of talking circles around the issue, basically indicating he may not have the liberty to say anything about it. But it basically amounts to, it's kind of the same era of dismissiveness. Like we don't really care that you want this content or that we could sell it to you and we're not. Instead, we're just going to say, listen, the thing's there and it's $60. If you want it, you'll pay for it. And you probably will, because you like Destiny a lot and we know that. That's kind of the tone. And I can see like Destiny super fans getting really upset about that because, like I was saying before, a lot of people that play a lot of Destiny feel like they haven't really been acknowledged or celebrated by Bungie.
Right. So I get the big problem here was, if you want these new emotes, they are behind. You have to buy the special edition that comes with the DLC in the game that you had already bought.
Basically, yeah.
So why would I pay extra? Shouldn't I just get the emotes because I've been a long time player? Or
I think that would go a long way. If it's weird, it doesn't take much to make somebody feel special. Usually, it's just a free thing. I remember when I was working at a GameStop for like years ago. My manager was a super cool dude named Brandon, and he was basically like my mentor when it came to dealing with human beings, because I wasn't very good at it. But it turns out playing games don't make you great at having social skills. And one of the things he said that really stuck with me is like, you can get away with almost anything if you just give somebody something for free.
As far as games not being good with social skills, that's dependent on the number of emotes that you have.
You're very right. Yeah, if you can learn how to dance from Destiny.
And how much I have to pay for them.
But yeah, he told me the story about how he was working at a Great Outdoors, which is a sandwich restaurant. I don't know why it's called that. But there was this lady who came by and she was like, I want this club and I want a lot of mayo. So he's like, all right. And he like got the spatula and like slathered about 6 inches of mayo on the top of it, and then just draped the bun on top, and gave it to her, and like it was in the drive-thru. So she came back around, like slammed the sandwich on the counter. She's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he was like, "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I don't know what happened." And then he just made her the sandwich normally, and he's like, "Hey, here's a pickle on the house. I'm so sorry about that." And she was like, "Oh, thank you." It's a fucking pickle. Like it's 5 cents of a cucumber, 1 cent of vinegar, and you've gotten away with a pretty good stupid joke and sent somebody on the way happy.
I've already told the story of how I basically smashed my balls and running for free pogs, right? I mean, pogs.
Please, tell it again, please, unless that's it.
Did I tell the story?
I tweeted it out of context.
Yeah. And then we found out later that Yvonne, our CFO, I believe, used to work on pogs or for pogs.
She's like, I can get you some pogs.
So she's partly responsible for my inability to have children. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have kids.
Thanks, Yvonne.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried yet.
Wouldn't that be terrifying?
Anyway, so yeah, I was at a swap meet in San Diego. And I want to say this is like 97, 98, where like pogs weren't even that popular anymore. Maybe a little earlier than that. But there was a stage, like an outdoor stage, and people were just throwing pogs out like from the stage. They're just like come get free pogs, and like this is like probably the tail end of pogs popularity. And I ran into the crowd running for them. What I didn't see was like a giant pole.
Yeah.
That was for like just like stopping a car or something like that. One of those. And just mangled my nuts, just running right into it. I fell over, and I still went for the pogs and started crawling. I was just like,
You're getting trampled, shoving pogs in your mouth to keep them safe.
The saddest thing. For free pieces of cardboard with pictures of like, rude dog or something on it.
So I'm not saying that like, I'm not trying to imply that Destiny players, like, just give them free shit to shut them the fuck up. It's more like, I believe, and I've played a lot of Destiny, I think it would be nice if Bungie did some kind of fan appreciation.
I think after all the dust settles on this, they will.
Yeah.
I think Bungie's pretty about their fan base, and maybe the way the interview was conducted, and they weren't as genuine. Maybe they're being too genuine. I don't know.
It's just there's always been times where in gaming you can't get all the things, whether it's because you didn't want to pre-order it at GameStop, or because you have a PlayStation instead of an Xbox. Like, you can't always get all the things. Like, think about Soul Calibur when one of them had Link and one of them had Spawn and one of them had fucking Heihachi. Like, which one do you think I don't want?
Oh no, wait, the guy with the diaper?
The guy from Tekken.
Yeah. He's
so it's like, but it's like weapons. That's like the worst. That's like the worst. I want Spawn or I want Link. Those are awesome, but I couldn't get those because I wasn't gonna buy the game another time on GameCube. To do it. So like sometimes you just don't get everything, and this is a situation where I can see Bungie was like, all right, what's the least, like what's the least that we could toss in here that no one will get their shit all pissed about, right? They're like, an emote, sure, why not? Then that way we enhance the value of the package that we're trying to give, and no one gets upset. Unfortunately, Bungie still manages to underestimate the gaming community and their passion for things. But it's like, the other thing is, it almost always comes out anyway. Unless it is like an exclusive, like it's gonna get dropped anyway. It just means right now it's gonna be for these people. Like this is always the case.
I guess I can see it one of two ways. You're right. It's emotes. So like part of me is like, I don't give a shit. I play a lot of Destiny, and I don't care. about emotes. Like, it's cosmetic.
Well, what about, like, say, pre-order missions for Batman?
Sure. Well, yeah, it's usually when you lock out content that I get annoyed. I'm just sort of like, I
think about Catwoman.
Yeah,
like, half of the fucking story of Arkham City was a pre-order bonus.
Seriously?
Yeah,
really
it basically just came with it. It was like, I mean, it wasn't half, but like, it was a parallel to the story.
Actually, you're right. You're right, because
it was a huge chunk of it.
I do remember. I played through Arkham once on like PlayStation. I didn't do the DLC bonus or anything like that.
Yeah.
Then I replayed it on PC years later when I got it on sale. I was like, "What the fuck is all this?" Like, there's a whole Catwoman section.
There's a whole Catwoman. She's like, not only is the playability of her character like pretty cool and different and unique. It's not like a reskin by any means. It's so much more than that. But it's also like, not crucial to the narrative, but it's the B story
I guess
to Batman's A story.
I see it from both sides because I didn't miss out on it the first time because I'm like, yeah, I'm Batman, whatever. But then, yeah, there was a lot of extra story in Arkham City that I kind of missed out on. I guess if you don't know it's there, you don't really care.
Yeah, but it
still sucks.
I mean, an emote, even if you do know it's there, you probably don't care.
Yeah, but like I said, like the whole thing with Halo 5 when they announced that all maps will be free, but we're going to do microtransactions for hats, and people were like, what the fuck? And it's like, they just announced exactly what Team Fortress does.
Yeah.
And everyone loves Team Fortress, and the exact same thing that CSGO does. So it's like, what the hell? Like, you can't get mad at this if it's cosmetic upgrade.
Well, sort of Halo 5 is a little different.
Why is that?
So it's not just hats. In Warzone...
Oh, no, they have rec packs?
Yeah, so yeah. You unlock what's supposed to be level appropriate or level equalized gear and vehicles. So if you're playing Warzone and you get to level 4 or whatever, I'm hyper simplifying because I haven't played it. This is just what I read. You can call in a Warthog. Or if you've unlocked it, you can call in a Scorpion or something like that.
Right.
Probably not equal, but something like that. Like you can call in an SMG, or you can call in this other gun. Well, they're roughly the same.
Well, I played it, and it was like, you play the big Warzone thing, and as you rack up kills and all this other stuff, these little like orbs on the bottom that fill up.
Yeah.
And then when you respawn or you go to like a rec station, you can use those points to buy a vehicle or a weapon or something like that. I cannot imagine anyone would buy those for any reason.
What?
Like, well, I don't know. No. Like, why would you buy
other favorite Halo vehicle? You want to buy it right away?
Well, no, I'm saying, but you can get it so quickly. Like, it's 12v12. Like, there's a lot of things to kill.
Oh, no.
And then there's AI.
So it's not paying money to summon in a vehicle. It's changing the kinds of vehicles you can summon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a little weird.
So it's like, oh, you've unlocked a shotgun that you can get at rank 4.
Okay.
Instead, you can be like, oh, you can get the BMR because you just unlocked it. Or you can buy rec packs and hope that the BMR is in there.
I have to look into more of that before I comment on it. But regardless, I'm just saying the cosmetic stuff never really bothers me. So, like, emotes,
yeah, I'm
not going to cry over that. I'm going to be, like, honestly, the emotes are my least favorite thing in the game. I wish the D-pad was used for something useful, like a quick item or something like that, or a quick switch to a weapon. I hate the fact that you have to hit start, switch weapons. Like, if I could just, if I could trade,
or like something that lets you go directly to the tower without having to go to Galaxy Map first and then go in and hit loading.
The D-pad is a waste of space, honestly. Other than
emote.
I mean, what's the one emote that kind of works? The like
sit down on somebody's face. Yeah, pointing.
Yeah, sit on face.
Waving. Sit on face.
Dance because you want. I don't know. It's honestly useless to me. But so I'm not really upset about that. But really, on the other hand, though, it is behind an $80 paywall or whatever.
$60, right?
60.
Well, which is funny.
Wait, is it 80?
Might be 80. It's a big
You're
number.
freaking me out right now. I thought I wrote it down right.
I've been reading the Destiny subreddit all day, so I keep
they're loving it, huh?
I keep seeing the number 80. But also, I'd rather them not sell those things for like $5 or $10 a piece, or maybe Bungie wouldn't because they don't want to do microtransactions. Activision doesn't really do microtransactions.
Well, so that's an interesting point, and that used to be the case during like Guitar Hero days. In comparison with Rock Band, Guitar Hero just did not sell a la carte DLC, and that was an Activision call. However,
Rock
I was
Band
like,
was the one who did that.
Yeah, EA was totally fine with it, because it made a shitload of money.
Yeah.
But so I was looking up, I was like, I wonder how Activision's monetization is working out. I looked up Advanced Warfare, and they'll take your money for anything in that game. You can buy like equipment packs, dirty bomb. You can buy equipment packs and like you can buy like disco pants,
like wheat skin.
Yeah. Not in Advanced Warfare yet, but
right.
Call of Duty is definitely on that train. You can spend $2 for an equipment pack as many times as you want.
Yeah. Okay.
So Activision as a publisher seems like they're kind of okay with small scale DLC purchases. So somewhere along the line,
yeah.
I don't know. They just decided not to sell
actually, that's a good question. Is Activision doing more microtransaction stuff? Because I just
It seems like it.
I don't pay attention to Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
It seems like it. They definitely are for Advanced Warfare.
It's funny to me that this is what's upsetting people. I'm sure there's other people that are upset about this, what I'm going to say, but the fact that how much does it cost? You said like about $120 if you've been buying it the whole. If say you paid $60 for Destiny,
40, yeah.
and then you bought all the DLC.
$140.
$140
for the game plus all 3 DLCs if you bought them when they came out.
But the person who is like, kind of on the fence, now they can buy in for $60 or $80. We're not sure.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. Well, partially because now I can buy in. But it's just funny to me that that's less of a deal than these emotes.
Well, again, Kirk Hamilton at Kotaku, I think, did a very good job of summarizing. The emotes are setting it off, but it's not really about the emotes. It's basically about Bungie demonstrating. Moreover, that they're obviously selling very well, and I think they know that too. And we tend to be a little flippant when it comes to people that complain about things that sell well, like people that whine about Destiny, and we're like, well, suck it up. You know, it's one of the best-selling games of the last 10 years, one of the best new IP ever. Clearly, they did something right. But you know, I guess I would hope that Bungie themselves would be like, you know what, for the guys who played our game for 250 hours, maybe we give them like a loyalty emote or a loyalty shader or a little helmet with a little Bungie symbol on it.
It's weird though because everyone's still complaining about it. They're complaining about the fact that they're not being respected as fans, with totally justified, but it's like complaining about an abusive husband hitting you.
You can just stop playing. You
can leave. I mean, all right. So we're kind of playing down abusive spouses, but that's a little bit more serious business than playing a video game that you really
like. And then not giving you free things.
But you cannot get it if you feel like this developer, Bungie, is not treating you the way you want to be treated as a fan of Bungie. You can very easily not get Destiny. You can not get Destiny 2, and you can wait, and you can say, all right, well, I know that Bungie's the kind of developer where if I hold off, I'm gonna be off just as well as everyone else who's been playing it since the beginning. And you can make those decisions as a consumer. That's what you should do. Yeah. You should walk out.
Well, so what's interesting is the people, like the consumers that have, it's weird to say, very high standards about how they want to be treated. Like, I don't want any DRM. I want my DLC to be free, all that stuff. There are a few developers who try and chase those customers, like CD Projekt.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry, real quick. Hey, Spoole. Yeah. How's the stream sound? Good. Okay.
You're enjoying it.
Sorry.
They find some success, but not Destiny success. Like Witcher 3 is the 3rd Witcher in a franchise. It had years of development, and last I heard, it sold 4 million units. Not bad at all, but. You know, a minority of those were on PC, which is where everybody says they want to play. And Destiny, because it had shitloads of marketing and came from the guys after Halo, sold ridiculously well. So I think what it takes, and this hurts, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but you have to understand that typically your relationship with developers is going to be a business one. And I know you want to feel special.
No one wants to hear that.
I know. They want to believe that if there's a developer out there that loves and celebrates their player base every day and makes them feel special, that they will be financially rewarded for that. Yeah. And the truth is that doesn't really happen. People find select instances to tell themselves it does, but it really doesn't.
Well, it's like a crop. If a crop grows very well, you cut it down, you harvest it, right? And then you know that soil's good, so you're just gonna plant more crops there, and then you're gonna cut those. You don't let a forest grow. You don't say, wow, this land is so good to me, I'm just gonna let a forest grow here and enjoy that forest. You're gonna fucking slash and burn and keep cutting the crops.
That's an excellent analogy.
I mean, that's what it is. Like, it makes sense. That's kind of how the system works. It's shitty. It's not good, but
yeah, and it's
dirty bombed you.
I get it, because one of the things that I like the most about game development is most developers are passionate about games. They got into that because they love game development. And sure, there are some who make a lot of money doing it, and maybe somewhere it becomes a job for them, but nobody puts in like 12-hour days and like typically lower than average industry pay for something they don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I think the frustrating part is the disconnect where you lose that human element of like people who are making toys for you and love games as much as you do and you want to feel some connection there with the people that made them.
Yeah.
But then when stuff like this happens, and they're like, we're making emotes for people, buy them for $60 if you want, we don't care, you're going to do it anyway, fuck you.
You also you have to remember that there's very few relationships that are purely person making game and you, right? There are some.
Like free indie games?
Free indie games, cheap indie games, things like that. There are some of those relationships, but a lot of them are person that really loves making this game, really passionate about this game, businessman who said, "Hey, guess what? I put up that several $100 million worth of money because, and I'm paying your paycheck, and I'm keeping you going. So you're gonna make that DLC, and you're gonna sell it the way we want you to."
Yeah, I guess it's that sort of thing. It always comes down to your game face. Like, what's your forward-facing, outlook gonna be? You probably just want to tell people what they want to hear. Like, honestly, like it's probably in your best interest not to be that candid, because a lot of people aren't going to take it very well.
See, yeah, that's the bummer.
Like if Valve were to come out and just go like,
Half-Life 3, we're just not doing it.
Well, yeah, we don't give a fuck. It's not making any money. Half-Life makes very little money. They're just going to be like,
what are we going to do? Like sell 5 million units. Oh, Dota 2 just earned all that money we would have gotten.
Right.
Just like that. I didn't have to do anything. Look at this.
It's not.
Look, money keeps coming in.
Yeah, I mean, like.
You want me to make a game? No.
Well, one of the things I remember Apple did early on when they first announced the iPhone, and they were like, yeah, it's going to be like $500 on a contract. People were like, oh man, that sucks to really want. And Steve Jobs was like, look, if we could give this thing away for free, we would. And I'm just sitting there going, fuck you. Like, no, you wouldn't. You want money because you're a businessman. Like, but he was so good at saying what people wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And that was his blessing. And then, to their credit, they actually got it down. Sign this 5-year contract and you get the phone for $200. Good for you. But at the same time, it's like, that's part of the business is to, I've just seen it for years now, where it's like CD Projekt Red, where they're like, we love you so goddamn much. But at the end of the day, they're a business and they need to make money.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, could that interview have gone better with Luke Smith?
Yeah, I think
probably.
That's probably part of the frustration too, because he isn't the business face, right?
No, he's the guy who designed Vault of Glass.
Yeah, he should. What you want to hear from him, regardless of what he believes, is, we gotta do what we gotta do. He's probably not allowed to say something like that because he's in meetings where they're like, "Don't you fucking throw this on us," right?
Yeah.
But like,
that's the politics part of it that a lot of gamers maybe don't understand, is that somebody will make a call and you hate it and you don't agree with it, but you're absolutely never allowed to shove them, like to put them out in the limelight and say, it's not me, it's this fucking guy. But go talk to him.
He might also know, like, hey, we have plans to release this eventually. Yeah. Like, get it to everyone eventually.
You also can't say that
can't say that because because we're trying to make money off this now again, you know? There's a lot of factors at play. Like most things, it's not worth it to get this worked up over a video game. I mean, a video game, by the way, most of the people that are pissed off have probably gotten, 100 hours, 200 hours maybe out of this game, and there's no price. There's no way you can really put a price tag on things. But if we apply Spoole's post purchase assessment logic, you've done pretty well for yourself with Destiny.
Yeah.
Adam, you kicked their ass on that one.
Thank you.
I think the other
No, I'm good.
The other interesting aspect with Destiny is the presence of a leveling mechanic implies progression to a destination.
Destiny.
Yeah, right?
Ooh, good.
So people, when they look back on their experience with Destiny, they said, no, that wasn't enjoyable. I was leveling up.
Yeah.
I'm leveling up so I can start playing the game. You have to change your mindset. You are playing the game.
It's funny, we were talking about this today because we were trying to do a Destiny co-op gameplay earlier, and things didn't quite work out.
Xbox matchmaking didn't have that.
But we were talking about it because I am getting back into Destiny after E3, watching Adam do the Destiny Taken King interview. I was like, not just because of your interview, though, it was fantastic, but
wonderful.
But
I mostly play it.
Just nice. Like watching it, I was like, I didn't give this game a fair shake, and I'm gonna jump back into it. I'm gonna give another try.
You started playing today?
And I started playing this weekend, but I was playing some today, and I was saying to Lawrence, I was like, I just want to get this really short story out of the way so I can treat it like almost like a mobile game. Like, I would like to play Destiny on the toilet.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like, I need more games where I can just check in. Witcher is way too intimidating for me. I haven't started Witcher. I want to play Arkham Knight, but I'm not going to start that anytime soon because it's way too intimidating. I'm gonna disappear into it, and I'm not even going to see the light at the end of the tunnel once I begin.
Yeah.
Whereas if Destiny is just going to do the little daily objective, I'm gonna do a raid or something. I have a clear goal for what my gaming session is going to be.
Yeah.
It's a
and then do
slippery
that.
slope though, because I started that way. So like, you know, I wanted to start doing the House of Wolves is coming out. I was like, I'm doing exactly what you did, where I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this and this, and then you just go, I'll just do another. I'll just do another.
I mean,
before you know, it's like 3 in the morning. You're like, fuck, I gotta go to bed. Like,
I mean, that's fine. It's a console game, so it's a little bit easier. I do that with Marvel Puzzle Quest though, where I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do the Deadpool daily and then get my token and move on. And whatever it is. But then it's like, I should do one more.
I got a great segue here.
Okay.
Adam, maybe you wouldn't have trouble leaving Destiny and going to bed if you could sleep on a Casper mattress.
Ooh.
Go on.
So, to kind of continue the fact that we're living like kings off of podcasting, I got a free mattress from Casper.
You son of a bitch.
I know.
Well,
So
you needed one.
the lady wanted one, which means I needed one.
So
one.
real quick, I bought a mattress like 5 days before you were like, hey,
the stars really aligned
who
for
wants
me
to try this mattress?
Yeah. So
Count your blessings, kids.
So Casper mattresses, they're kind of that new age memory foam business, but it's a little different. I slept on a memory foam before, and it was okay, but something about it was weird. It felt like I was being saran wrapped, and it was also really hot. I couldn't vent too much. Now I'm a hot sleeper.
I know.
I get real hot when I sleep.
Believe me, we all know.
Oh yeah, we shared a room. Man, I must have been a space heater in there. But Casper's mattress is an obsessively engineered mattress at a very fair price. That's what they say. It's a comfortable mattress that has just the right sink and bounce. 2 technologies, latex and memory foam, come together for better nights, and brighter days.
I was gonna say,
bright night
can't sleep.
It lights up as soon as you lay down on it. Bzzz. It's kind of like the Black or White. What's the Jackson music video where everything he touches lights up? Then he blows up the car by grabbing his crotch.
That's the end of
Black and White.
There's like a post scene.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But Casper mattresses you can buy easily online and risk-free. They offer a 100-day cashback return policy. So the idea being that you, instead of just going to a mattress store and like laying on stuff and having a salesman be like, you like it, right? It's good, right? You don't really know how you're gonna feel after laying on it for 8 hours. So the idea is, since this is a fairly significant investment, they want you to try it out, and if you don't like it or if it doesn't relieve your old man aches and pains, then you can send it back. Casper mattresses are made in the USA, which is great because America's the best country on the planet.
Thank you.
So let's see here. You can get a Casper mattress for $500 for a twin, or $950 for a king, and all sizes in between. And they say, comparing to industry averages, it's an outstanding price point. I'm gonna admit I don't know anything about mattress pricing, but
they're expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I'll say I enjoy sleeping on it, and I didn't have to buy it, but if I did, I'd feel pretty okay with it. It's a kind of sounds like a fake thing to say, but it's
I would
true.
say, so I get this is adult talk now.
Uh-oh.
Well, no. It's like Gus ended up doing this too. But,
Oh, yeah.
If and when you have a guest house, it seems to be like the perfect, or a guest room, perfect sort of mattress to buy. Just because it's that's what I would look at if and when I get a house, basically. Something that like I would love for a guest to sleep on, something like that.
Yeah, and you can also, like, since it's foam, you can roll it up and squish it places you may not be able to.
Yeah.
It actually comes in this, like, vacuum tube that they ship you a tool that you cut it open with.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty great because I was just like, fuck it, let's do it right now. And it, like exploded me against the wall. Like, ah! I'm actually still trapped there. Figure that out. So you guys can save $50 off of your purchase as one of our audience members by going to casper.com/dudesoup, entering promo code DUDESOUP. So that's all one word, 8 characters, no space. Again, that's casper.com, casper.com/dudesoup, DUDESOUP, and promo code DUDESOUP, also DUDESOUP. So thank you, Casper, for the mattress. I am a believer. It's also great for fun.
This is cheesy mattress salesman speak, but I found it to be quite true. You're gonna spend a lot of time sleeping on a mattress.
Yeah, right.
So if you're gonna make a purchase, like, it's kind of like a car. If you drive your car every day, get a car that you actually want to drive, that you think can do the mileage, because a shitty mattress is easy to find.
Yeah.
Usually on the side of the road with a couple of stains.
A couple of years ago. Yeah. So
They're just giving it away.
Yeah.
As gamers, we spent a lot of time sitting, and there was a couple of years ago where I was always using like office chairs and just shitty $100 chairs, And I was like, you know what? I spend so much time sitting, and I hate the chairs I'm always sitting in. I'm actually going to invest in a good, awesome, like, gamer chair or whatever. And it's been wonderful. It's one of those things where, like, gamers will spend like $700 on a video card and then $50 on a shitty folding chair to sit in the whole time. And I get it, money's tight, but man, you gotta treat yourself right sometimes.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. All right, well, thank you, Casper. Thank you for the sponsorship and for the mattress. You boys can come over, give it a spin. You want?
Right. Adam and I are gonna have sex with each other on the
Yay!
mattress.
You should give it a shot, man. That thing makes the art of lovemaking a heightened form. It's got the right pushback, the right spring, the right give in the right areas.
We done talking about Destiny?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you got more to say, we can.
I don't know if I have much to say other than I imagine this thing will blow over in a week or two.
Sure. Well, so
if that, I think it's a little.
Deej actually wrote a follow-up about it. Somebody just say that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to play with us.
Okay.
Sorry, I won't be. I will not be interacting with you. I apologize. This will make for a good podcast.
Yeah. So Deej posted a follow-up saying the collector's edition is mostly sold out, so the people who find that stuff valuable jumped at the chance. And even again, this is kind of Bungie's attitude of you're gonna buy it, so shut up. But he goes on to say, you'll likely see it sold on eBay for much more than what we're asking, but that's not the point, right? The real conversation here is what are we doing to honor you, the players who have been bound to Destiny in this first year of action and adventure?
Sex on Lawrence's mattress.
That's
Yeah,
right.
let's do it.
I'm glad you asked. I'm going to answer in the Bungie Weekly Update.
Oh, okay.
So we'll know more soon.
Yeah.
I believe
You're gonna get your emotes. Don't worry about it.
I was just gonna say knee-jerk reactions are my favorite. So I just love seeing. There's always that one guy going, "I've had it. That's it." Like
a lot of people are swearing it off,
hours,
but I'm like, I always think like, no, you're not, dude.
Yeah. Usually the heroin addicts are the first to say, "I quit. I'm done with this forever," and then it's just.
My supreme hope is that
YouTube comments.
whoever the long-term players are gonna get so much more. Like they're just gonna be like, and here you go. Here's all that and more. But we wanted to sell a couple of copies of this specialty game, and they'll be like, oh well,
well then they'll get like the people who bought a collector's edition will get mad because they're like, I didn't have to spend $60.
Gamers get mad.
Yeah, they do.
That's what you need to get used to. If you're mad and you don't know why, it's because you're a gamer and you get mad.
Dirty bomb.
I don't know.
I watched Inside Out this weekend. I know how
Learn all about
work.
emotions.
I know exactly how emotions work. And gamers get mad.
Also, okay, so
I really hate. Is there a better word for gamer? I hate that because it's like.
Yeah, it implies a whole lot of stuff that.
Rude boy.
There you go. I
Game
hate,
Boy.
I hate aligning myself to any sort of group.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. Like I identify.
Games are so universal. Like
I know it's like.
What do you call somebody who likes movies? A human being?
know.
I don't know. Like
Moviegoer.
I like music.
Film lover.
Oh, you must be a muser. Like what?
I don't know.
Music lover. There are people who are obsessed.
I was having a talk with Jess about this. Like over
That
the
doesn't mean that you
weekend.
subscribe to a lifestyle. It just means you like the thing.
I don't know. Like I obsess over things. So I really enjoyed that song "Africa" by Toto.
I know.
And
we
like,
know.
and
We
so
fucking
like,
know you do.
And like when I listen to it, I'll listen to it over and over. I'll listen to other Toto songs, and I'll go, I want to learn a little bit more. So I'll go on Wikipedia and read and go, holy crap, that guy, the
Your
lead singer
IMDb
of Toto.
trivias.
Well, yeah, the lead singer of Toto is the son of John Williams, and I'm just like, that's so like, I like doing that. I like obsessing over things, and like. Video games allow for that, and I really like that. But I never go like, I'm a gamer. I'm like, it's a form of entertainment that I really like.
Yeah.
I'm a Totoer.
I don't know. It's hard.
The dog, not the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There
Tragic
was
end.
it's a form of entertainment that I enjoy. I don't know. It's not for everybody, but it's like at the same time, games are kind of for everybody. So
Yeah,
I don't know. But I
are.
hate to just. It's such a part of culture. Just sit there and be like, I'm a gamer. I only play games. Like you don't only do that. You're gonna go see Inside Out again.
You really should do something else, by the way. So I
sorry.
speaking directly to the guys and gals who maybe draw their entire personality from liking video games. It's normal when you're young to derive your sense of self based on what you like. But please find a deeper understanding of yourself. If you associate yourself so closely with just an activity, you'll act pretty weird when anything happens with that activity.
Kind of like how Riley feels about hockey and Inside Out.
Exactly.
I don't get the reference.
You will.
But well, no, actually, I always say like people always ask that question like, I'm really burnt out. Like all I do is play games,
So
and I'm
stop.
really burnt. It's like okay, yeah,
Go outside.
Get like 4 or 5 hobbies that are really good. Like I don't know, learn to build
Lifting
furniture.
weights.
Lifting
Volleyball?
weights is great. Yeah, like I like.
It's like a real life video game. You level up and shit.
It takes a little longer, but yeah.
It's a
I don't
really
know.
slow character creator.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't really have a lot of time to play video games. So when I do get to play them, I really enjoy it and I cherish it.
Yeah.
But it's also like treated like a reward. But like read books, watch movies. You know, read random IMDb trivia. Learn Photoshop.
Also,
that's a big one.
Everything you do, you should take a step back from.
Yes.
You should take a step back
Perspective is
from,
king.
and you should be like, what does this actually mean in the grand scope of things? Because we're human beings. There's a bunch of us, but we're all individuals, and only a handful of us are going to have any sort of influence on the actual planet and the actual human race, and basically the actual, like, I mean, universe. Like, if we're thinking in a galactic scope, no one's going to have influence on anything. But just think about that for a minute. It's not meant to be humbling. It's just meant to make you go, oh, okay. I don't have to get so freaked out about this. I can just worry about enjoying my existence because I don't want to be pissed off.
I always think about that. This goes back to another conversation. I was with my wife. I was saying how crazy it is that I asked her the other day. I'm like, what was the first sound system you had in your car? Was it a cassette player or a CD player? She goes, oh, cassette player. Like, we're not old. Like, I'm 30. She's turning 30 this year, and it's like.
Well, that's old to some of our audience.
I guess, but I mean, like, we're not ancient or anything. But like, within our young lifespan, we went from cassette players in our cars to wireless cell phone Bluetooth connectors to whatever's next.
Cloud.
Like that's kind of insane how quickly technology is like progressing. A lot faster than it was for our parents. Like
that's true.
They went from 8-track to
that's Moore's law, baby.
Yeah,
it's a acceleration, not velocity.
It's really insane. So I don't know. Like we're like going to James's point. We're in this really weird time where we're like technology is speeding up and changing every day. And I think we're in like this weird golden age of entertainment where we're just constantly entertaining ourselves. And eventually the world's going to run out of food or water or something like that, but we don't have to deal with any of that.
Ooh.
We're just like,
well,
space food.
We have a responsibility to maybe not drive it into the ground as fast.
I'm having fun.
All right.
Pass the nature box there.
Vegas.
I had fun in Vegas. My voice is gone. That's how you celebrate finishing E3. You go to Las Vegas to a rave.
It's funny. I wasn't even thinking about how you were in Vegas, and I was like thinking this weekend. I was like, I haven't been to Vegas in a while. Maybe we should try and all get together as a group and go
That'd
to
be
Vegas
cool.
sometime.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, Adam literally is just gonna be returning.
Whatever. He has to do it anyway.
I would love to go back actually. With
I changed my mind.
Okay, fine.
I still want to go. Hey, buddy.
Hi, I'm
hey.
my friend.
Hey.
Well, no, I'm
real bad at blackjack.
I don't know if I'm revealing any plans or anything, but Jack from Achievement Hunter. Ooh, nice snipe. He's a big Vegas fan, and we're trying to figure out a way where we
gambling
can
addict is the word.
Oh yeah,
alcoholic.
We were trying to figure out a way where we could rent out like a suite and do like a LAN party or something.
Sexual deviant. Oh,
like do gameplays in the room.
Oh,
and then,
fuck me.
And then have a metagame.
I can see Lords' boner.
Yes.
Well, and then we have a metagame where. Like
so you make a LAN party in Vegas and get drunk?
Well, kind of. Well, then two of us like go down, maybe strap a GoPro to us or something. I don't know if we can really record.
2M, you can't film anything in casinos.
Okay, yeah. So, well, maybe you don't do that. But the idea is that we go with our own money.
Just cut a little hole in our shirt.
So each of us bring like a couple $100 or something of our own cash. And the metagame is you go down and you try to win as much money as possible.
Oh.
And then you keep going back and like, so we're actually making content and then we're going down. And
then be a double metagame of how quickly you can lose $200 because like.
Well, if you're playing blackjack, bro, quit playing blackjack.
I don't know. I go to penny slots and I take whatever free drinks I can flag down from the lady who obviously doesn't want to serve me because I'm not spending any money.
Craps is the best way to make the money last. Yeah. Promise you. I promise you.
Because the rounds last so long?
It seems to have a higher buy-in, but that's just the amount of money you have to have on the table, right?
Oh man.
Blackjack.
I spent an entire afternoon $5 at a penny slot. I'm bored out of my fucking mind.
If you do like say $5 blackjack.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And
one hand is $5.
About a minute.
Right. And then you're out 20 hands. You could go through in. Well, let's say conservatively.
The ante is
30
5.
minutes.
That means you end up spending like 25 on a hand.
Well, yeah. Okay, but say you get through it just playing the bare minimum bet, right?
So you fold immediately.
That's going to last you no time at all.
No, it doesn't.
Whereas you may have a $15 bet minimum for craps, but that's just $15 on the table. You can place multiple bets, right? And then also the money stays there until someone craps out. And so it sits there.
It's called craps.
So you put $15 down, and you could ride that $15 for, I mean, longer than it would take to play a blackjack hand. Generally, like 90% of the time, it's going to be longer than it takes to play a blackjack hand. So
I've never played a round of craps or participated in it. So it's just you put down your bet, and then it's kind of like roulette. You're just sitting there on the side while some dude throws dice, and you yell.
It's a lot more complicated. There's a lot of rules that we don't have to get into here, but basically, you put some money down, right?
Okay.
The come out roll is the guy who rolls the dice. Okay. He rolls it. If you get a 7 or 11, you immediately get your money back. You get double your money back, right?
Okay.
So then your money stays there. He rolls it. If he rolls another 7 or 11, you get your money back again. You keep winning money. If he gets a, what is it? 2, no, is it 2? 2 is snake eyes. I think 2 is out. Anyway, I think it's like 3. Someone will clarify in the comments, and they'll do it in a rude way. But I'm asking for your help. If it's like 3 through 10, I think, then your money moves to that number.
Okay.
Right? And then the guy keeps rolling. And any time he rolls that number, you get paid again. And you get paid again, you get paid again until he gets 7, and then whatever money's on the table goes away.
Okay.
But then while that's happening, you can place other bets and you can play odds. You can place more money on that to make your odds better. So if it does come up the number that you want, it's going to be a better payout, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
And craps is actually one of the only games where you can get the odds. It costs a lot of money. You got to pay a lot of money to do it, but you can get the odds relatively close to even. Like 50-50 chance of winning money in a casino, which is like almost never the case.
Well, I feel like roulette is the closest to 50-50. The only thing that makes it not 50-50 is 0, double 0.
Which actually makes a huge difference.
Yeah?
In terms of the odds. Yeah. That's their big thing.
Oh yeah, that's how the house always wins.
Yeah. But it's a huge, it seems like 2 things, but it actually changes the statistics like a huge amount. But craps is also a really fun game because it's social.
Yeah, you're right.
You're sitting with everyone, and then your friend rolls the dice, and it goes off the table, and I'm like, "You embarrassing fool!" That's what happened to me. I went with a friend of mine.
Did you just like spike it in, and then it flew up?
He was really, really, really nervous about throwing the dice.
Oh no, that made it even worse.
And so he overthought it, and then
how do you overthink?
4 times over the course of one weekend. He got the dice off the table, and they were like, "Sir,
we're gonna have to
seriously, we know you're not." He's like, he didn't touch it or anything. We know you're not trying to scam this casino, but could you be more careful with this dice because this is the kind of stuff that makes us really nervous as casino operators.
Could you have the bare minimum motor skills that a 3-year-old has, and maybe just drop it?
Well, when you throw the dice, they have to
shoot it down. Right?
They have to hit the back. They're supposed to hit the back of the table and then roll back, and then that makes it a good count because.
So how if you're throwing the dice down, doesn't it hit all the chips and shit that are on the table?
I mean, there's 3 dudes that manage a table that know where everyone's chips are.
Okay, so
it doesn't. You can knock over a pile of chips. It doesn't matter. They'll know where your chips were.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes it knocks over stuff.
So yeah, we should go.
Well,
we should play.
I want to see Lawrence embarrass himself.
We should play craps.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
Also, you get drinks, man. You're hanging out.
I have an uncanny ability to so there are natural ways that one embarrasses themselves in public, and these have been mostly documented, like throwing the dice off the table. I have an uncommon and uncanny ability to find the one thing nobody thought a human being could do, and accidentally do it. And then it's like there's that moment of panic.
On Bernie's mic.
Yeah. That was intentional, Lawrence claims.
I didn't trip. Whatever. Listen, I've done enough pratfalling. I would think I would have the benefit of the doubt.
You make accidents look so real.
Thank you.
If you don't become a stuntman after this gig,
I want to be a stuntman. I'm serious.
You're like the Charlie Chaplin of no one needs Charlie Chaplin anymore.
One of my dreams is to just be one of those schmoes in an action film that gets his ass whooped. Like just like rolls in the room, is like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then right into the window.
We almost had that happen.
I know.
We almost got Tony Jaa in the office.
I had it on my Google Calendar and everything.
Yeah.
I was in intense training. I remember I was on the treadmill, like I cranked that incline up to like 7.5. It's like, I'm coming after you, Tony Jaa.
Were you playing like some really weird Indonesian music?
Oh no.
What is Tony Jaa? Is he's
Thai.
Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you just said
Ong Bak. He is an Ong Bakian.
I'm half paying
attention. Live long in Ong Bak.
There was a guy who I replied to him. You can, if you look at my Reddit account, you'll see my reply. I'm not saying you because I know people like to do this. But I read comments, and so like someone posted our Destiny video on the No, and they were commenting. They're like, man, it's embarrassing to watch these guys play. And I just went in there and like, holding a conversation.
He was a tough dude on the internet.
I'm like having a conversation while playing a video game, while engaging, and also like trying to just be included, like we're doing now.
Yeah.
As well as like making sure you don't look like a fucking caveman, like with your posture. Like, not the easiest thing in the world. So, you know, maybe chill out a little bit.
Here's my response to everything. This is my go-to response from now on. And I'm not going to turn this into the comment show, but you know what's more embarrassing? Spending your time watching someone that you're embarrassed watching do something when you don't have to.
And then pointing him out to everyone, be like, look at this guy.
Yeah, and then thinking you're better even though you're the one watching someone who you find embarrassing when you could be doing literally anything else.
Oh, at the same time, I'm sort of like, okay, well, you start your epic gameplay channel where people watch you for your amazing Destiny gameplay, and we'll see how that does.
Well,
like,
Adam?
What?
If he decides to start his own gameplay channel.
Nice.
More power to him.
Perhaps he could promote it through a website from Squarespace.
Nice.
You're the master.
Nice.
Someone needs to pat my back for your awesome segue.
Someone needs to attach 2 wheels to Lawrence's feet and let him not ever fall over because he has gyroscopes.
Woo!
Because he is a segue master.
Thank you.
I get that.
This episode of the
It's
podcast
a segue joke.
is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that helps you build a beautiful website presence. Squarespace is proud to announce a partnership with Vulcan to launch Deckmasters. So Vulcan, long-standing esports team, they are funding their own Hearthstone tournament, which is pretty cool. So they're streaming live via Twitch. Deckmasters has a $50,000 prize pool, and the round robin begins June 22nd and continues every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday until July 17th. You can watch the stream at Twitch TV/VulcanHS, and it's Vulcan, not Vulcan. So that's Twitch TV/VULCUNHS. So a lot of Hearthstone aficionados out there. I'm kind of sad Bruce isn't here. He might perk up at this, get the chance to see some sweet strats. But yeah, go if you like watching Hearthstone, go and give that Twitch channel a follow so you know when that's live. Again, that's starting June 22nd, every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at Twitch TV/VulcanHS, VULCUNHS. And actually, we'll have a link in the description for you. So all that spelling, it's only for you guys listening to the audio cast. You guys don't even know what we're yelling at. Dirty bomb. But yeah, thank you for the sponsorship, Squarespace, and thank you for throwing some money to the esports Hearthstone scene.
Is that going to be live streamed?
On Twitch?
Is that? It is? I was half listening, sorry.
That's okay.
That's exactly it.
Sorry. No, because we tried that a while ago. Are you done reading?
Good read.
We tried doing a Barcraft thing, I remember, a while ago. I was kind of bored out of my gourd. Like, I was just like,
sorry. Yeah, you guys showed up to that.
Yeah, and it's mostly because I don't really get StarCraft.
Yeah.
I play it kind of casually. It was just like, I'd play through the single player and like, oh, I like the story, cool. Whatever story is left of it. But
Kerrigan is
good, bad.
She's Zerg, and Raynor has to save her.
I just watched the pretty cutscenes. Regardless, I know Hearthstone a little bit. Like, it is kind of fun to watch. Can we do a drinking thing for that?
Yeah, we can drink to anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong
Come
guy.
on, man.
I should be asking James these questions.
People drink to dice rolling down a thing. Ooh, double jump.
You gotta say the word.
Dirty.
There you go. There you go. Dirty
Bomb.
Damn it. Okay.
Nice.
Either way, I would like to watch that live stream. Maybe at someone's house, but not at a bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Man, I was trying to get you guys to watch the Smite whatevers when you still played Smite. Yeah, you still do.
I still play it. Yeah.
Nobody wanted to do it. I just want to drink and watch
I feel like I
people
had
go.
something going on that weekend.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, one, I feel like I wanted to play
I remember
Smite.
you like looking at me in disgust and then just turning away without answering. So if that's what that means, I'll remember that.
I think part of the thing is I don't know that I want to watch people playing Smite really seriously.
Yeah, Smite's not a very watchable
It's
game.
a little hard to follow.
It's a little hard to follow, and like most MOBAs.
Nobody want to go to the Nintendo World Championships either.
Well, that was another one where you texted me and I was like, when is it? And you're like, 15 minutes! I was like, oh. But yeah, I don't know. There's only a handful of games that I actually really want to watch.
Would want to watch like competitively?
Yeah, I'm really excited for speedruns though. I love me some fucking
SGDQ's coming
speedruns.
up!
I'm so excited.
I gotta block out that weekend.
Yes, you
Spool's got
should.
it. Yeah.
Spool's down.
I was gonna say we need to do our speedrun eventually.
Oh, of what? Shenmue?
Anything.
Shenmue, speedrun.
I say we just pick the top 3 games that people speedrun and we give it our go.
Mario 64.
I can do it.
Uh,
What's the speedrun, like 6 days?
I did finish my, I think it was after our on-the-spot Austin trip that I finally finished my
you got your
120 star run on Super Mario 64.
Still holds up, huh?
First time I've ever done that.
There are almost no games from that era that hold up well, that are still really playable.
Turok.
Listen, Super Mario 64
Go back and play the
has a
first
funky
one.
camera,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It has a funky camera that's really hard to use.
Makes stupid noises every time.
Everything else is still on point. That's why Super Mario 64 is in my masterpiece of games.
Absolutely.
I think it's a fantastic game, and also when you think about that, it was the trendsetter. Everything else came after it, basically.
And still never really got better than it.
That game is super fun to play. If you haven't played Super Mario 64, find a way.
I feel like there's got to be a lot of really interesting, good stories about the development of Mario 64, because you don't do that by accident. You don't nail it that hard the first time.
Yeah.
There's
testing.
Well, and Miyamoto,
3D platformer at that time.
He basically dictated the shape of the N64 controller to make Mario 64 work.
Yeah.
So he had the benefit of saying
some would call a flaw.
I need wait, what?
For the full
well, because
console.
it didn't really help for third-party games.
No, you're absolutely right.
It meant that it basically kind of dictated that Super Mario 64 would be the template for every single other game that came out for that system, which kind of was.
It worked for Zelda really well.
What else are we talking
Welcome
about?
back to
Do we have any other
cast.
topics?
Who cares? Well, I mean, we do.
Yeah,
sure,
we can talk about whatever.
We got a. Man, I'm just enjoying nostalgia.
I'm gonna toss out a question.
Let's go to Vegas.
Almost
bring an N64.
Completely unrelated question right now.
What?
Yeah, what's up?
This is a very specific question, but if we did a podcast live somewhere in the Los Angeles area, let us know if you'd be interested in doing that.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you specifically.
Oh yeah, I'm
Would
totally
you show
interested.
up?
Thank God.
I'd go.
We can't book it without Adam.
Let us know, because we may be looking into that possibility pretty soon.
That'd be nice.
Maybe even a semi-regular thing.
The LA fan meetup that we did for E3 kind of opened my eyes a little bit to how many actual Rooster Teeth fans are in LA. I don't know if they were there just for E3. A lot of them seem fairly.
Some of them drove a good way to get there.
A lot of them I asked did not seem to be there for E3. Some of the ones that I talked to, but There were, it's pretty good.
It opened my eyes a little bit to, hey, maybe we could do something live.
It's strange because there have always been a lot of people in the LA area, and I see this thread come up on our subreddit every so often of like, hey, there seem to be a lot of people around LA. Why don't we just meet up and chill out? And it like gets 3 or 4 replies. No one ever really takes the lead because I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Setting all that stuff up and answering all those answering people that show up to the wrong place, and just like all these people who don't know how to get where you're going and don't know how to get back. You basically take a lot of work on organizing an event like that. So I don't blame anyone for not stepping up and being like, yeah, it's all me. But I did actually meet somebody who was like Rooster Teeth fan group LA at the meetup. So
he gave me.
Is he the photographer?
I have his business card.
Was he the photographer?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have his business card too. So yeah, maybe we can organize something through that.
But I got it first.
You did, Adam.
Yeah.
You get everything first.
And then I guess
this guy gets everything he wants.
Yeah, and like I think it's
an internal joke.
I like this happened when we did the UK last year. I really like going out of our way to like go, meet fans and hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Like
the least we could do.
If I had any sort of like fan that I liked growing up and they were offering to like
Robbie Williams.
Yeah, if Robbie Williams like, hey, I'm having a meetup in the park, like, bring condoms. I'm like, yeah, cool, awesome.
You don't have to tell me, Robbie.
For you or for me?
So I don't know, I'm into that.
Yeah, you are.
Do me a favor though, fans, friends, everyone. Please don't get upset that we can't come to your specific small town.
Yeah.
This happened with the UK thing where we're coming to London. Come hang out with us. And everyone's like, cool, that's great.
Come to Ireland.
Come to Ireland. It's a quick flight.
I'm in Gloucestershire.
Yeah, you're like.
It's only 83 years north.
I always love that dialogue. It's like, we already spent $15,000 to get here. And they're like, well, it's just another $500 to get on a plane.
Yeah, it's nothing. Come to my house.
And they're like, oh.
They're like,
also, well,
I don't hate our fans. I'm just saying, please be understanding. We can't.
There were also several hundred other people who managed to make it to our meetup anyway.
That's the thing that's always super humbling is when people are like, yeah, I drove 4 hours to get here, and I kind of like look around and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like you expected a lot more, and it's just me. Like here, I probably have something in my teeth.
Yeah. I smell worse than you thought I would.
I can tell you.
I always do. I don't know. My teeth are spaced weird.
Well, let me also add this. We have noticed that sometimes people tend to have fun meeting new people.
That's
because
true.
you have a common interest,
Sexy singles.
I'm always encouraging of that. Again, back to the UK trip, that ended up being something where people were like hanging out. People are hanging out. They ordered pizza.
Yeah.
People who had never met before kind of started hanging out, and I don't know, maybe they fucked.
That'd be great.
Yay! I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you want to see us, you'll get laid.
You get laid.
That's a guarantee.
Mega laid.
Oh, Spoole's here.
Oh, I'm here.
Balls deep.
Oh, and that's the end of our
because
show.
of our meetup.
No.
And then I had another fan who asked us. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I know this might be out of line, and it was, rightfully so.
Can we be friends?
Well, no, he's like, can I just can we just hang out? Can we just hang out? And like, part of me I was like,
Spit at him.
Yeah, I stepped on his shoes and said, "Good day, sir."
Shove him back.
No, and like I thought about it, I'm like, it's a little weird that you want to hang out with like grown dudes and you're probably a minor, and I mean, like, it's nice, it's cool you want to hang out with us, but I thought I was like,
mining?
I don't like giving people special treatment.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you do this one thing for one person, you do it for everyone.
Want it.
And I like the group meetups because like I can talk to everyone for as much or as little as they want, because it's like, here I am. Do with me that you will. What's that?
What's happening?
No, Spoole was pointing out that you were playing against Miranda Cosgrove. She's
Is that
a Nickelodeon starlet.
Oh, I thought that was from.
I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I was
iCarly, I
trying to
think.
point to James.
What the hell is Miranda Cosgrove?
See, she's
I don't
right
know.
there. Miranda Cosgrove is playing Dirty Bomb right now.
So
I'm not up to much.
Nickelodeon.
Sitlar? What? I don't
Freaking
get it.
epic is
Sirlar.
having a tough time
Anyway.
spelling.
Regardless, as much as we would love to hang out with all of you individually, we still have jobs and have to do other things. But
And personalized.
try to come out to fan meetups, or if we do a live LA show, or
Let us know.
We'll see you at Screw Attack Convention.
We're going to be
really-
at
SGC.
SGC.
I really want to play Batman.
We're going to be doing a lot of traveling over the next
Can I
couple
play Batman,
months.
please?
We'll be at SGC. We'll
one.
be at RTX. Hopefully, at least one of us will go to RTX Australia. Hopefully, something in Europe is around the corner.
PAX is the month after RTX.
We got Seattle, so if you're from Canada,
We're all
or at least
planning
you
on
know,
going to that,
if
so
you're
that
on the
should
west
be
side of
fun.
Canada,
Uh-huh.
I don't know of any East Coast stuff coming up.
Here's
but,
the thing: if you can get in on this,
Dragon
this is the
Con.
best time, because this is the first time I think all of us, we're not all going to SGC, but we all are going to RTX, which
Yeah.
almost never happens, and I
Yep.
think we're all going to PAX, which almost never
it's
happens.
true.
So
It's expensive,
Blowing
by
our
the way.
load.
It's very, very expensive.
Please
but
don't take this as a sign that it's easy to do this stuff.
No, no, no.
We had to pull some strings and cut from other places to make this happen.
We're very enthusiastic about the possibility of doing some
I no
fun
longer
things,
get
you know,
lunches.
as
Yeah,
a
Spoole
large
doesn't
group.
eat anymore.
I like that Spoole
Yeah.
used to get free lunches.
Not
but now
free,
he's like,
just
I had to cut
lunches.
out my
Yeah.
free
Not
lunches.
even paid lunches.
we had to get rid of the Morocco meetup, unfortunately.
Morocco?
I know.
I want to go to Morocco.
Yeah, I know, but Spoole wanted to come to PAX, so we cut
Fuck.
that budget in
Morocco's
half.
so small.
I know, but we try to meet
Grace
every-
Kelly was the princess of Morocco.
I don't
And
understand
then
that.
Nicole Kidman played her in a movie, and you're like, why is Nicole Kidman playing Grace Kelly? Grace Kelly was like in her mid-20s, and Nicole Kidman looks like she's dead.
Oh.
That's what I said when I watched
Wow.
that movie. Anyway, sorry,
speaking-
Nicole.
speaking of-
Love ya.
You want to hear an embarrassing story?
Yeah, it's about
Absolutely.
Nicole Kidman.
I told Lauren. Oh,
Oh, good move.
dick.
Was that the story just
you
then?
did.
No.
Yeah, you backed up.
Well, going back to nostalgia, so I went to EDC over the weekend for the Electronic Dance Carnival, and it's all
That's what that
basically
stands for.
nostalgia. Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck that.
And I went there, and some of the headliners. This is gonna blow your mind, Lawrence. Fatboy Slim.
Nice.
Moby.
Nice.
ATB.
Nice.
I only went Sunday, so all I saw was ATB, who I got mixed up with ATC. My embarrassing story is that I went there expecting that song Around the World, and it never happened.
Around the world.
No, that's Daft Punk.
No, not the Daft Punk one, or the one by Mace.
Oh,
Going into a Blockbuster Music and saying, I want to hear that song Around the World, like, who?
Where is Mace? He's like, you know what?
He's a
I'm gonna
pastor.
do the Rugrats theme song, and then I'm gonna cut out of here.
I thought,
mean,
what's his
yeah.
name from Devo did the Rugrats theme song.
No,
You're thinking
not
of
the
part
actual
two.
theme song. I'm talking about the Rugrats the movie.
Oh, of course. How could
Don't
I
be
not
an
know that?
amateur.
Sorry.
The one that David said. Either way, that's my embarrassing story from the weekend.
And that's it for Dude Soup for this week, I think.
Oh, it's over.
We're going out on Adam being a doofus.
Sorry.
It's typically my role. Thank you for taking the bullet on that one, Adam.
You're welcome.
Get it? Because you're playing a shooter.
Channel status update. We are desperately trying to
Yeah.
Oh,
get
yeah.
back
We're getting
up to
that motor
speed
running
after
again.
E3, where we were all down there
We were all on deck for that.
creating E3
we
content.
didn't talk enough about E3. Not that we need
right.
to.
We did.
We did.
We did.
We were there for 4 days.
No, I just, like, retro.
In general?
Yeah, just the retrospective that, like, I honestly think that was probably my favorite E3 in a very long time.
It was very good.
Console one?
We're still
was
done.
good.
It's after
Yeah,
6.
We still didn't get to play anything.
I know, I'm sorry. But, but it effed up our schedule real bad.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get back into
We're
it.
behind. We filmed a couple things today. Should be rolling out in the week. Bruce is still gone. We miss him.
Bruce is back tomorrow,
Yep.
and then we're gonna start doing what we can
Yeah.
to get back up to speed.
Yep. But
Yeah,
thank you for your patience, everybody.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Wish we could talk more. I want to.
We will.
Okay.
Next week. Possibly the same time. Maybe not. We'll let you guys know. But thanks for watching.
Dirty Bomb!
Dirty bomb. Dirty bomb.
Your turret. Anyway, thank you guys. Love you.
Spoole, you gotta
Dirty
stop the
Bomb.
stream, Spoole.
That was the Uncharted studio, and then they had another idea in the studio. So finally, they've given the freedom to Gorilla.
Or even like that Dreams game yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird. It's
Is
like,
that a
what
game?
the game?
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
a game.
That's a game that again was fan service. I could see because everybody's like, "Oh, Media Molecule, I love that," and then when they showed it, everyone's like,
It's Sony's Project Spark.
It's an art.
Kind of.
That's the way it felt to me.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say it because I was gonna get like
You can't
chastised.
say bad things about Media Molecule.
Did Project
Yeah, no.
Spark come